Hi, I'm Ron Stark, known as the voice of the Inland Empire. We've been on the air for almost 20 years, interviewing and discussing important people, places, and things in the IE. Our show was recently covered by Inland Empire magazine. Check us out on Charter Cable or visit our website at voiceoftheinlandempire.com or on Facebook or YouTube by searching Voice of the Inland Empire. Voice of the Inland Empire is on the road again, and today at the incredible Historical Glass Museum in Redlands, California. And I am joined by Stephen Barnett, who is the president of the board of the foundation and a longtime member, although I know there's longer. So, Stephen, tell me, this is such an amazing place. Tell me a little bit about how it got started and what's going on here day to day.
Okay, this place, the building, was the Seymour House. It was built in 1905. Mr. Seymour came from back east. He was a woodworker. And when he came west, he did woodwork at a shop down in Redlands, and that's kind of the stuff that he did. This is all some of his work. We've saved all the doors. And that was what, as a factory, that's what he did. And then he got in business with his brother, and then he actually passed away in about 2019 or something like that, but his brother kept on going. So the house stayed in the family. It's a Victorian Queen Anne style house. It's bedrooms here, and there's a room upstairs, but it's mainly just for storage, and maybe people wanted to go up there and read, but I don't think it used it very much because it's very hot.
Yeah.
And so the house became available in 1976 when the last surviving Seymour member decided to sell the house to Dixie Huckabee, who was a big Redlands family, and she went to buy the house to turn it into a glass museum.
Wow, so obviously she was a glass collector, glass lover.
Yes, very much a glass collector, very much a glass lover. All of her friends were. Back in the day, everybody was. My mother. And so she started in 1976 to raise money and convert the house into the museum. She removed all the doors, but the doors are still upstairs. And she sold glass here and there and everywhere to raise money for the museum. And in 1985, it opened up as the Historical Glass Museum of Redlands.
Wow, now you guys are actually a not-for-profit entity.
Yes.
And you're completely privately funded.
Completely 100% privately funded by donation, or if anybody wants to just give us some money to help do this, help do that. So membership is another way we raise money. We have 70 members. Whenever people come to visit the museum, we ask for a $3 donation, so they donate it into the box, and that's a donation box. They can put whatever they want in that box.
Mm-hmm.
And
we're standing in the gift shop.
This is the gift shop, and that's where we really, really, hopefully, will make some money, because we've got to sell this stuff anyway, and people donate it, and if it doesn't fit in the museum, we put it out here and we put prices on them. Very reasonably priced. I mean, oh my gosh, people can find stuff here that are just very, very reasonable.
Hey, look, I'm not even a glass collector, and I was looking around, and I'm so tempted by a few things in here. So it's just, I don't see how anyone could walk through your gift shop and not find something that they would want to take home with them. So they take home a bit of history,
sure,
and they help you maintain history.
And that's part of the main force of opening this as a glass museum. The makers, the glass makers through the years, they're all gone. Nobody is still in business as a big glass maker. There's one or two smaller. There's individual studio artists that are still making glass, but the big factories are all gone, even Fenton.
Steve, what I would love, if you're open to it, is a tour.
Sure, let's go.
What room are we going to start with?
We're going to start in the depression glass room.
Oh, so that's a room that's lower than the rest? No, depression. That was a bad joke. Don't answer that.
No. It's not a bad joke because back in the era, depression glass was people's everyday glass. Normal people had it on their table, so it wasn't maybe more machine made. But also in the depression era, we had elegant glass, which would be the next room, and that was a cut above. All the rich people had elegant glass.
Well, let's go take a look.
All righty, let's go have a look.
We're now in the depression glass room, and oh my gosh, even for depression era, Steve, this is beautiful.
The glass in this room, for my money as well, it's all very, very beautiful. The thing about the depression glass room and in the individual cases is that depression glass was considered glass for the everyday people because it was all made by machine. It was all pressed by machine. Very little of it was touched by hand. So in the various cases we have
like your jadeite
jadeite glass, and we have some carnival glass, and over here we have all the different glass makers that they have all the different things that a person would need on his table. And
this was all mass produced as opposed to small quantity, higher end. Were there a lot of glass makers during the Depression era?
At any given time during the Depression, there was probably 500 factories throughout the country. And Montgomery Wards would call a factory and say, okay, we need 100,000 tumblers. All the same tumbler. That was their order. They made the tumblers. Here's your tumblers, what? Then there would be another order. Well, we need 100,000, 200,000 cup and saucer of this particular color, this particular style.
Wow.
And that's what they did. And they were,
So this was kind of the beginning of mass production.
Yes.
All right, so what room are we going to look at next?
Next, we'll go into the elegant glass room.
Ooh, elegant. Now, Steve, we're in the elegant room, but I see a wide variety of looks and shapes and sizes, all of it beautiful. What era is this from?
This is, well, these companies all got their start early 1900s, 1909, 1890, but the glass that's in here, most of it is from the Depression era.
But so this is high-end Depression era.
This is high-end Depression glass. This is cut above. They use better glass, they use better equipment, and maybe better glass blowers, because some of it was actually still at the end of a pipe. And wow, all the different companies. Fenton, they started in about 1905, and they're just a very big color company. Fostoria, that was another big company. This is sort of a mix of their stuff. This is one collection from one family.
Wow.
And then we have Cambridge, which is one of my favorites because of their colors and their style. Heisey is a big name. Duncan was a big name, and they got their start in the 1890s. So they all pretty much got their start
about the same time.
The EAPG, Early American Patterned Glass period.
And I've noticed, Steve, that all of your rooms have a little plaque with a little explanation of what you're looking at.
Yes.
So it's kind of nice if you're doing a self-guided tour. All right, are we about to leave the Depression?
We are just about ready to leave. I think
so where are we going to head next?
Next, we're going to the Early American Pattern Glass Room, or EAPG is what they call it.
Let's go see
around the corner.
EAPG.
Let's go this way.
Okay.
All right.
So, Steve, what room are we in now?
This is the early American Pattern Glass Room. So this was glass that was made by factories, let's say from the 1810s, 20s, all the way up to the 1910s and 20s. So this is older glass.
Now, is this mostly mass-produced or a mix?
It's still mass-produced, but some of it is actually can be hand-blown, and you can tell by the Ponto mark. That's just a piece of glass blown technology. But yeah, this is pretty much mass produced, but not as big as Depression era.
Right.
And their stuff can be very interesting, very different, very peculiar.
Yeah,
And
a
that's
lot
just
of
what they
interesting
did.
looks.
Yeah, interesting stuff, yeah.
All right, what room is next?
Well, we have a little display room just in the hallway where we get special glass donations, and we put them in there for a while, and then we'll eventually put them into the rest
All
of
right,
the
let's
museum.
go see what some of the folks have donated. So, Steve, I understand that anyone, whether they have a single piece or a whole collection, can donate their glass to the museum so it can be enjoyed in perpetuity.
And that is very correct. This museum was put together primarily for people to donate their glass. Every piece of glass in the museum has been donated by
really?
someone, either an individual or a family. But once it's all been donated, we put it on the shelves, and large donations, small donations, and we let the family know. They will come in and visit, and they will look, and they will be overjoyed that their pieces of glass have been kept in the museum, and they love it. We put their
And next
names.
to each piece or group is what the piece is and who donated it.
That's correct.
So you can, focus on a family member or the whole family, and everyone will know where these pieces came from.
Absolutely.
I
Yes.
love it. So what room is next?
The next room is the Midcentury Modern room.
That's easy to say, isn't it? Let's go.
All right.
So, Stephen, what do we see here? This is really cool.
This is glass they call it Midcentury Modern, and made in the 50s and 60s. All these factories are currently closed, but back in the day, they made all this really interesting, different kind of stuff. It's not the everyday piece of glass that
And
the
it looks
families
like
were using.
colors were a big
Colors
thing.
were very big.
I mean,
yes.
obviously, look at these.
Beautiful colors, yes. After, around the corner, we have a Steuben collection. Steuben, everybody knows Steuben is just the most beautiful glass made early 20s up to about 32. And then the factory changed. That Steuben is still making glass, but it's crystal, no more colored glass. And back in that corner, just not so much mid-century modern, but elegant glass. And in this place over here, we also have the Northwood collection. Northwood was a chemist, and his glass is just beautiful, and it's all about the color. And
All right.
that's pretty much it.
What room is next?
The next room, we're going to the brilliant cut glass room.
All right, let's go check it out. Now, being a glass novice myself, this is the kind of beautiful glass that I kind of grew up with in my home. What are we looking at here?
This is elegant cut glass, and so they have a lead mold or a lead piece of glass, and they sit on a copper wheel and just cut it, and then they cut it and polish it, and it's just beautiful stuff. We have a couple of pieces from Liberace's estate.
Oh, wow, look at
Because
that.
he was a collector as well, but all these pieces are basically lead crystal that's been cut with a copper wheel. Some of them have color, some of them don't. Most of them do not have color, but different makers, difficult to determine the maker because a lot of them weren't marked. The people who know their cut glass would determine the maker by the pattern and how it's cut.
Nice. All right, so now where are we heading?
Well, we've got the kitchen area.
Ooh, well, I always like the kitchen. Let's go see what's cooking.
Okay.
Now, Steve, this is a rather small room, so you and I are staying out of the shot so it can be enjoyed. But this looks like all kinds of older-fashioned glass kitchen stuff.
Yes. And when I first saw this room, I saw things that I remembered as a child when you used to receive the cheese and the stuff in the little glass jars. But the part that first amazed me was the glass rolling pins. And you think glass rolling pins, but when you think about it, back in the day, if you're making a pie crust, you put the ice cubes in the glass rolling pins, and it's good for your pie crust. And the blue iron up there was made during the Second World War when there was no metal available. So they used
So the
Pyrex
irons
to
were made
make
at-
the
wow.
irons. Yes.
Well, what I recognize, Steve, is the glass juicers, fruit juicers.
yes.
Those bring back memories for me. All right, well, Steve, let's meet back in the gift shop and we'll kind of talk about how people can visit and learn more about the museum.
That sounds like a great idea. Let's go back.
Well, Steve, I got to be honest with you. I came in here going, Glass Museum, and I'm leaving going, Glass Museum.
Yeah.
I think everyone should come here because this really is representative of our history.
The whole history of American-made glass. This is all American-made glass. There's maybe 2 pieces of foreign-made. It's all American-made glass from American factories, and they've all closed.
So if someone wants to come and visit your museum, what are your hours?
So, unfortunately, our hours are kind of limited, but we're here from Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 4 every week.
That works. Most people weekends, Saturday and Sunday, noon to 4, and it could take you 2 to 4 hours to go through here. There's that much to see. And you ask for a donation if people come?
Yes, if people come in, we don't tell them that they have to pay so much to enter the museum, but we offer that if they have a donation of $3, that would be much appreciated because that helps pay the bills.
And then, of course, as you're leaving, you must stop in the gift shop and pick up a couple of items. And do you guys have a website?
We do. It's historicalglassmuseum.com.
Okay, and I heard from your wife that you guys have sales almost quarterly.
We do. We try to have a 30% off sale quarterly, maybe a little closer to the holidays, like 1st of December, and
summer,
fall. And everything else. But we try to do it quarterly, and
that is.
Yes, so 30% off sale, but if you're a member, it's an extra 10% off sale, so that's 40%
So
off.
40%,
Yes.
Wow. So check them out, historicalglassmuseum.com. Come by any Saturday or Sunday from noon to 4 for a visit, and if you can afford it, just put $3 in the donation jar.
One other thing that we also do, we actually set up tours. So if there's a group of people, 10, 15, 20, and they want to come in during the week, to do a tour. They can do a private tour, yes.
All right, and if they want to reach you, go to the website. They can contact you through that.
Yes.
And I urge everyone, check out this true piece of American history. Stephen, thank you.
Well, thank you. It's been a lot of fun.
Don't go away. We will be right back. Hi, I'm Ron Stark, known by many as the voice of the Inland Empire, but I also own one of the fastest growing, most creative ad agencies in the region, Voice Marketing. Check us out online. We work with clients ranging from the county of San Bernardino to the star of the hit TV show Hoarders. We specialize in both business to business and business to consumer marketing. If you'd like more customers, call or email me personally, and let's talk. Hi, I'm Ron Stark. I own one of the fastest growing, most creative ad agencies in the region, Voice Marketing. Check us out online at voicemktg.com. We work with clients ranging from the county of San Bernardino to the star of the hit TV show Hoarders. Call or email me personally at the phone number or email address below, and check out my TV show, Voice of the Inland Empire, on Charter Cable and online. What's Upland is visiting today with Eric Brown, the owner of Stardust Ali. And Eric, your store is so cool, and you guys are kind of new here.
Yes, we've been here about 2 weeks now. Very excited to be in the neighborhood. So we're just very happy to be a part of the historic downtown Upland here.
And this is such a cool place to have a business.
Thank you, thank you.
Tell me a little bit about your store and some of that. I see such a variety of really cool stuff here.
Well, we sell mostly clothing. We're mostly a retail rock and roll clothing store, but we also sell novelty patches, back patches, T-shirts, leather jackets. There's all kinds of miscellaneous fun things for people to come see and collect and wear.
I got to get me an Elvira
Of
shirt.
course, you have to
and of
have
course,
that.
that just dated me, didn't it? What's amazing is I actually recognize a lot of these names. Something's wrong here. So people can come in and get all kinds of rock and roll merchandise. What are clothing? What are some of the other things they might find here?
So one of the other things that we have, our biggest sellers, is patches. Patches for clothing. We do supply some patches or some clothing for you to patch up and put your own patches. Make it your own personal jacket, anything that you want to do, just to express yourself. That's what we're all about here about doing, is just expressing ourselves.
See, that is so cool, because I remember the days when people would get maybe their denim jackets or whatever, and then they'd put patches that had meaning to them. So if you don't want to put something permanently on your skin that will last you the rest of your life to send a message, this might be a really good thing to consider.
Make your own artwork with your clothing.
That can be changed later. So, Eric, what are your hours and when are you open?
We are open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
All right. So if you're watching this and you like rock and roll, and is there anyone who doesn't?
I know. Who doesn't?
Yeah, who doesn't? Then come on down to Stardust Ali and check them out. I know you will be glad you did. What's Upland is on the road again today, visiting with Carlos, the co-owner of the Vintage Vault of Upland. And Carlos, obviously you guys have antiques, but it looks like you do a whole lot more than that.
Yes, we do. We've been here now for about 3 years. We obviously purchase antiques, collectibles, gift items. We have about 15 to 20 vendors, and they facilitate all the inventory we have. And then we have about 40% of the store that we also have inventory in.
Oh, so so I'm hearing two different things. If I just come across something old that I think has value, I can bring it and you can tell me if it's worth something or not and maybe buy it from me. But if I'm a collector, I can actually have a lot of my items in your store?
Yes, we rent out space to individuals who've been collecting for years or in the business, and then they have many items for years they've been collecting. They pay a commission to us, and so otherwise, if you're not a collector, we do have people that come in. They want something either assessed or valued, and of course, not everything is worth what people want
or what they think it is.
Right.
Just because it's old, don't mean it's worth anything.
Right.
I mean, I'm a prime example.
Yeah. Well, that makes you, not me. I'm young, so to speak.
All right. And then for people that are looking to buy, what are some of the things they'll find here?
Vintage cash registers, collectibles, Coca-Cola, sports memorabilia, glassware, knives.
It's just, and what I like about your shop, and I hate to say this as compared to some others, is yours is clean and modern looking inside. It doesn't look like I've stumbled into someone's dusty, dirty attic. It's a beautiful store.
Well, we work hard at that. It's not easy. One of the things that does help us is the wood floors. That helps quite a bit. I think that's where maybe some of the other antiques get a bad rep because of their carpet. And we do try very hard to keep it maintained, clean, and we like a clean place.
And you guys do something monthly that is really fun. And I'll be honest, I'm not a big antique guy, but what you do once a month, I love to come out to and just walk around.
Right. It's called the Open Air Market. We do that once a month. Normally the third Saturday of the month, but depending on holidays, we may move dates around. We get anywhere from 15 to 30 vendors that come out and participate, and they bring all kinds of assortment. Clothes, glassware, collectibles, houseware, shabby chic, mid-century.
Yeah, not just antique. I mean, it's a full range of really cool stuff.
Yeah, crafts.
Now, if someone wants more information about that event or anything that's going on here, how can they get it?
Well, our website, you can go to our website, vaultofupland.com. Feel free to call as well, our home line here. And then I have my cell number on our business cards. People can contact. There's a fee, of course, monthly that we charge for the space, 10 by 20. is the space size.
Okay. All right. So whether you've got a single antique that you want to know if it's actually worth anything or not, or you've got a whole house full and you're a collector looking for a place, a beautiful place, by the way, to sell them through, or you're just looking for a nice place to walk through on a beautiful day like today, come on by the Vintage Vault of Upland. Carlos, anything else to say?
That's it. I appreciate your time and you coming out, and look forward to watching the video.
All right. Thank you all. What's Upland is on location at the 9th Street Hair Station with owners Diane and Dee. And Diane, tell me a little bit about this shop. I know it's been around for a pretty long time.
Yes, originally the Gage sisters started it in 1948, and it was down the street in a different location, and then they moved to 9th Street, I think around 1965, and then they moved to this location. And 11 years ago, Dee and I became partners, and we decided to change the name to 9th Street Hair Station because we're on 9th Street. And
That makes sense.
Yeah.
If you had called it 11th Street Hair Station, that may have been a little confusing.
Right.
That just also means you can't move.
Yeah, and we're by the train station, and we all have stations that we work at. So
Oh, I love it.
we thought
I
it was
Okay, I
appropriate.
love it.
Yeah, and we're kind of a full-service salon. Dee can tell you a bit about that.
All right, well, Dee, what are the range of services that you offer? And you do men and women, or
Men and women. We also do highlights, lowlights, extensions. We do eyebrow microblading, which is a big thing out now for eyebrows.
which, being a guy, I have no clue what that
Someday you need
is.
to come in. and then we also do. We specialize really in hair colors. We do beautiful hair colors, and we're also, I think, one of the top shops that still does sets. A lot of shops don't do sets anymore.
Really?
So the shampoo sets it's hard to find anymore.
All right, so, and do you take walk-ins, or is it
We
appointment
take
only, or?
No, we take walk-ins. We open sometimes 6 in the morning.
Wow.
We have no time on our door because we accommodate.
You know, I've never heard that. That is the coolest thing. We have no time on our door because we accommodate.
Yes.
That's actually a really cool
We
business model.
accommodate. Yes, we do.
So if someone wants to just drop by, or they want to call and schedule, I'm an appointment kind of person. How do they do that?
They just walk in and say, "Can somebody do my hair?" We'll go, "Okay, yes, come on in."
And if they
Plenty
want
of
to
girls.
call?
If they want to call, absolutely. 909-982-1677. You can call anytime. We answer the phones. We have a recording. If it does, we don't leave us a message. We always call right back.
All right, and you've got a big space here with lots of stations,
have
lots of
14
people.
operators.
Wow. So.
And pretty much full service.
All right. So if you haven't been here before, I'm recommending you try it out. 9th Street Hair Station, because they're on 9th Street, they have stations, and they're near the train station. I love that. That's burned into my memory.
And we do nails too.
Oh, and they do let's not talk about nails, but they do nails too. Manicure and pedicure?
Yes.
Nice. So whatever your beauty needs are, come on
Right
by.
to 9th Street Hair Station and just enjoy it. We serve coffee and cookies every day. We have it kind of reminds you of the movie Still Magnolias. Love it here. The girls are happy here. And just a wonderful place.
No one offered me a cookie. And they both point. I love it. Be sure to check them out. And thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.